Okie dokie folkies. So, one thing that's happened lately, mostly due to my friend Mike, is I've been getting back into board games and other bits and bobs. But the reason this is going out on a Malifaux Monday is because this particular board game is made by Weird Miniatures, the same guys that make Malifaux, and it is set in the world of Malifaux. Puppet Wars is all about these little voodoo puppets that live in the shack of Zorida the Hag. And basically, these little puppets act out what their real life counterparts are doing in the world of Malifaux. The whole idea of Puppet Wars is you have your master puppet who gets together a crew of puppets, and you have to go and tear the stuffing out of the enemy puppets. Which is, it's pretty cool. And it's apparently a bit simpler to play than Malifaux. So, let's have a look in the box. In fact, before we do that, let's have a look at the box itself. There's the Puppet Wars artwork on the front. It's designed to look like a toy chest, which I think is very, very cool. And it has all of the different suit symbols around the side, and it comes with 44 figures, 2 fate decks, obviously the board, the rule book, some tokens for impassable terrain, workbenches, stack cards for the puppets, and exhausted tokens. So it's quite a lot in the box. I've picked this up for I think it was about 55. It was a couple of weeks ago that I bought it. I just haven't had a chance to do the video yet. But I have seen it going for anywhere up to 70. But it is, again, absolutely lovely. And it's a reasonable sized box, which is why I'm not doing this on my desk. So, let's start by looking at the game board. Now, as I said, this game is set on the floor of a shack. So the game board itself is in these little hexagons. Everything's set out in spaces. Animation round counter, Puppet Wars logo. And the artwork on here is very, very cool. So the light coming into the window, little voodoo puppets, desks, and so on and so forth. It's a nice little board. It's not too large. And the game itself shouldn't take very long to play. I mean, on the side of the box, 2 to 3 players, 15 to an hour in terms of how long it's going to take. Recommended for 12 on. So that's your board. That is your rule book. Okay. And as with all of these things, lots of lovely, lovely artwork. Let me zoom in and we can have a proper look through these things. Talking about rules. And is that not the cutest little teddy bear that you've ever seen? So it starts by going over a little bit of fluff, things that are happening in the shack, and then it talks about the overview of the game, elements of war, all of the rules. I haven't had a chance to sit down and go through these yet, so what's probably going to happen with this is my buddy Mike and I will sit down and we'll play a few games and we'll get our head around it, and then I will put up a video of a game of this because I think it's really, really quite cool. So you set boards out with terrain, like model terrain, workbenches where your puppets can repair themselves, upgrade themselves with other weapons, and it goes on line of sight. The puppet deck, like Malifaux, this doesn't run on dice, it runs on cards. So as you go through everything in the rules, teaches you everything there, gives you example battlefields. And one thing that I think that's very, very cool is in Malifaux you can buy terrain pieces that are pre-made for the world of Malifaux, which run on squares rather than these hexagons that you get in here. And you can play these with squares rather than with the hexagons, which I think is very, very cool. They've put a bit of thought into this to make it a little more expandable past just the box set. So we'll move the rule book out of the way. And let's have a look what we get in terms of sprues. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues of models, which all come packed in the box. 3 of these sprues, admittedly, are identical. These 3 sprues, nothing different about them. And they contain the minion models, the things that are very, very common. So things like the executioners, the judges, not the judges, sorry, the, do you know, their names have just gone straight out of my head. Death marshals, there we go, are in here. So characters that exist in the world of Malifaux are represented in puppet form. The 4th sprue gives you the other puppets, gives you the masters. So that, for example, and you might have seen her on my channel already, is Lady Justice as a little voodoo puppet. The other one next to her here, oh, knocking my camera, once all is put together, is Seamus. So the puppets themselves are quite cool, quite funky looking. Not very big, quite small, but very, very, very nice models. The instructions for assembling these puppets, start it over that side, are all fairly easy to follow, to show you all of the different puppets and how they go together. And on the other side, the bells, the Pale Riders, Seamus, Lady Justice, Misaki. So lots and lots of different characters. As I said, 44 individual puppets that you can actually play with. Some cardboard press out tokens for when your puppets are exhausted. 2 fate decks, 2 puppet decks. So like Malifaux, they run on the decks of cards with the rams, crows, tomes and masks, but the artwork of these is stylised more towards Puppet Wars than the artwork that you get on a standard Malifaux fate deck. Still very, very nice, and I just really like the artwork and the story behind it. It's quite nice. Little voodoo puppets beating each other up in Zarida's shack. So quick cut across then to have a look at the cards that make up the fate decks for Puppet Wars. Now you've seen me unboxing, I say unboxing, taking a look through the Malifaux fate decks in an earlier video, if you've been following the Malifaux playlist. Oh, let's get all of the cards out of here. Puppet Wars, as I said, Puppet Wars works on exactly the same system. It works off of these fate cards. Now, unlike the Malifaux cards, which are a standard set of matte playing cards, these are a bit more plasticised, and you can see the reflection of my desk light there. Better quality cards. I'm probably going to use these to play Malifaux because they really feel, like I say, they're plasticised almost. They feel like they're going to stand up and last a lot longer than the standard cards. So, the other thing that's different about these to normal Malifaux fate decks, the normal Malifaux fate decks have the same artwork on all of the cards in the suit from 1 to 10, and then 11, 12, 13 have different images. These have images for everything. So we have the 1 of crows, the 2 of crows, and so on, and they all have the different puppets on for the artwork, which I think is pretty cool. She's lovely, and you get her in the box. 10, 11, 12, 13 of crows, with our boy Seamus, who's one of the masters that you get in this box set. So they're your crows. We go on to masks. That's a bit creepy. Another one that you get in the box set, Pale Rider. Pandora, 12 Masks, is a puppet that you can actually buy as part of an upgrade to an upgrade pack to get more puppets for this game. And I think that is supposed to be Lilith. I'm not 100% sure on who that's supposed to be, but very, very cool. So that's the masks. Okay. Next up we have the Rams. So that's our Death Marshal. The Executioners, they're in this box set. The Guild Judge. Perdita, although she's not in this box set. And Lady Justice in her puppet form, who is in this box set. She's the other master that you get. Final suit that you get are tomes. And then the Jokers, black and red. Ooh. That's me making a mess. But those are the cards that you get in the Fate decks with Puppet Wars. You can buy these separately, they do sell them separately. And that's their backing artwork. But these are the cards that you use to play the general game. So, this deck contains stat cards for abilities and for the actual puppets themselves. They're all sealed in here at the moment. So the other pack is the stat cards for your puppets. Okay, in this box set you get 3 masters. You have Lady Justice, Seamus and Pokey Victoria. You can buy upgrades. So these cards lay out their stats, their wounds, any effects that they have, and they're a lot less intimidating than the actual Malifaux stat lines. Haven't had a chance to look through the rules thoroughly enough to understand these completely, but they're a lot easier to look at. So we'll move those out of the way. The rest of the deck are full of the double-sided cards that are the stats and the weapons and abilities of each puppet. So the Oar-Stringers, the Executioners, the Razor-Spine Rattlers, Hooded Rider, Judge, Death Marshals, the Punk Zombies, the December Acolytes, Rusty Alice, there's only one of her, the Ronin, 3 of them, the 3 Nurses, the Cherub, Misaki, there's only one of her, Betty Noir, only one of her, Convict Gunslinger, 3 of them, Rotten Bell, again there's 3 of them, the Sillard, 3 of them. So those are all the puppets that you get in the pack and their stat cards with all their different abilities and things that you can take off them that other puppets can use. So that's that other deck. Bag of bases, and all of the bases have these 2 little holes straight through them so that the puppets can fit straight into them, which again is quite nice because a lot of them are on peg legs, so they've got these little locator holes. The final thing that you get in the box are these markers for workbenches, for terrain, and various other bits and bobs in there. Different colours for different teams of workbenches, and the terrain is black. That's everything that you actually get in the box, which has this lovely foam padding. I am going to, once all the figures are made and built and painted, which again is something that you'll be able to see as I go through with these videos, I'm going to try and get some custom foam inserts made for this, just so I can keep the figures in here and keep them all nice. One last thing that I'm going to show you on the box is on the inside of here you have the artwork for the different models. And to be honest, that is pretty much my Malifaux crew anyway. The Death Marshals, Lady Justice, Judge, Executioner. Along the side here, the Bells, Pale Rider, and along the back, can't remember her name, can't remember, Misaki, Seamus, and oh, God only knows what half of those are. But these are the different puppets that are actually in this box as artwork, so it gives you an idea for what they'll be like when they're all painted and good to go. This is a game, now that I've done this video, I can start building, I can start making and painting, and it will be cropping up on my Malifaux Monday slots, because it's, as I said, part of that world even. Really looking forward to it. There will be some gameplay videos, as I said, once Mike and I get sorted with it. And I really hope you enjoy it, guys, and I really hope that you get involved in the whole board gaming thing, because whilst I know we do a lot of tabletop wargaming, this isn't something that I've been doing for a while, but I've had some really great nights down at one of my local gaming stores, Shadow Games in Rugby, if you guys know it. They run board game evenings, and it's just nice to go down. It's really sociable. You get 5-6 guys and you play a game of Relic, or you play a game of Descent or Munchkin Quest. It's just a nice social evening, and I think it's something we should get into more. That's my little rant over with anyway, and a ramble. Take care, folks. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for some Puppet Wars appearing in the near future on Malifaux Mondays. Take care, folks. Bye.